Hi, I'm Lita Judge, and I write and illustrate children's books. This is my parrot, Beatrix, and she works with me a lot, so I thought she would join us today. And I'm going to talk about keeping a journal. I keep a journal. I have since I was about 4 years old. I try to write and draw in a journal almost every day. And these are where my stories come from. I actually call my journal my memory palace because my journals keep ideas and things that I've seen alive for up to years, and then I write stories out of them. And if I were to just sit down and try to write a story without a journal, I wouldn't have an idea. But if I write in a journal and I record the things I love, I find I have tons of ideas. So for keeping a journal, this is Willow. She's going to join us as well. For keeping a journal, sometimes you can get a bound book like this. This is a childhood journal I kept, and I used to love to cover them with cloth and use special fabrics and things. Now I have like simpler, smaller journals because I'm often traveling and I want to put it in a backpack. Sometimes I want something that's just really light, and I just have a soft journal with paper, and I can carry this in a sketchbook. But you don't even need a fancy journal. You can have, excuse me, Willow, you can have just blank pieces of paper that you fill up with drawings and then put them in a special box. The things I like to draw are the things I love, the things that are around me. So here's pictures of Willow. And I had a pet mouse named Marguerite. And sometimes I draw what I see, sometimes I draw what I imagine. It's really fun to just draw things, use your imagination. Here's a picture of Beatrix. She's all dressed up and ready to go to the beach. I just draw things that come to mind in a journal. A journal should be a judgment-free zone where you just get to explore your imagination. And it doesn't matter if anybody else sees it. It doesn't matter if even it turns into a story. It's just a place to grow your creativity. I like to draw the things around me. Sometimes I go to the friendly farm and I love to draw the kids as they're playing with the animals. Sometimes I love to draw geese and pigs and goats and all those fun things. Other times I like to get a little experimental. This is a picture I did in Paris once on a trip, and I saw this little Dalmatian walking by, and I just thought he was so cute, but I didn't want to draw him exactly as he was. I thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun to tear out different pieces of paper and glue them together and use different colors and just be expressive and creative in my journal. So I like to do lots of different things. I encourage you guys to draw what you see, write about the things you're seeing, write about the things you're imagining. And if I'm really lucky, the journals will turn into stories because they keep the details and the ideas that I have alive long enough for me to write a story. Here's a book called Hoot and Peep. And this started with a journal that I kept when I went to Paris. And I did lots of paintings. I'll just show you one. But I did lots of paintings of the rooftops, of in the cities that we were traveling, in the villages. And I just loved all the chimneys and the windows and the roofs, and they looked so unique and different than what we have here. And that inspired me to write a story about two little owls who live on the rooftops of Paris. One's a little sister, one's a big brother. And you can see the influences of my journal showing up in the story. This is where I get my ideas. When I sit down to write, I don't just, write out of nothing. I write out of these adventures. This box holds the journal that I kept for little Beatrix here and my kitties. Sometimes I draw them playing, and this is my pet mouse, and obviously they weren't playing together, but I used my imagination. Here's Beatrix and the kitty. Sometimes I like to just use a little bit of tape and glue different drawings together. Other times I like to use a little bit of paint and put down ideas and capture ideas so that I can write a book. But eventually that all goes into my imagination, and then I can write a book like Good Morning to Me, which is about Beatrix and my kitty. So good luck to you guys. I hope you write in your journals and draw pictures and use your memory palaces to bring out stories from your life and draw things that you love. And I wish you much luck with creating in your journals.